I'm excited. What did you find when you looked at kind of the astrology of the Global Peace Tribe?
Yeah, it's really beautiful, and I love being able to look at organizations, institutions, events, and then the relationship between things, right? That's why it's really beautiful to have your information because the Global Peace Tribe was born from you. It was a creation. It was one of your babies, and so your signature is very much in there as well. And so I can see the relationship there as well. So it's incredibly beautiful. Um, the Global Peace Tribe itself is a 15 degrees Aries sun. Now, I use a system of astrology. I'm a Western astrologer, and I use it's called a step system. One of my main teachers in astrology is a wonderful man named Christopher Witecki, and he channeled in a step system for the degrees. So it's an even more finite understanding of the astrology. So the degrees play into a big part of what I read. So at 15 degrees of Aries, 15 is the degree of Venus. It's the degree of being open to, it's the degree of harmonization. And so the Global Peace Tribe as a 15-degree Aries sun in the seventh house means that the essence, the heart of the Global Peace Tribe is to bring harmony and harmonization and peace and beauty and balance to the individual and to the individual's relationship to everything. So it just in the essence of the heart of the sun and to do that passionately and to do that very authentically from a place of truth and from a place of, the Global Peace Tribe is not like anything else. It's unique and it's passionate as its independent signature, right? And it brings such harmonization. So it's that in and of itself I love, and it's really beautiful. The moon and the rising sign of the Global Peace Tribe are both Virgo. So the right, like, and Virgo, I don't know how many of you know this, but the rulers of Virgo are Mercury and Chiron. And Mercury is the teacher or the communicator, and Chiron is the healer. So the body of the Global Peace Tribe brings healing and teaching to the world. And the emotional intent of the Global Peace Tribe is the moon sign is 2 degrees in the 12th house. So it's about connecting to the emotional body, nurturing and nourishing with the energy of divinity, the collective. So there's so much in the chart of the Global Peace Tribe that is about healing, that's about teaching, that's about communication, that's about nourishment and nurturing, and having this really high level devotional teaching. So it's really profound. And one of the things that's I think the most significant. So the Global Peace Tribe was born just a couple months after one of the most significant astrological events in recent years, which astrologers talked about for years and years, and that was the Saturn-Pluto conjunction of the very beginning of 2020, in January of 2020. It's kind of what precipitated the COVID crisis, and astrologers had talked about it for many, many years because it was a start to a transformation in structural reality around us. And then we also had Jupiter move into this area, which expands it. So on the birthday of the Global Peace Tribe, we have Jupiter conjunct Pluto in the 4th house. So what this means is that there's expansive emotional transformation of the inner self and the emotional self that's brought about by the Global Peace Tribe. And it brings with it a deep wisdom and understanding and knowledge, because the asteroid Pallas Athena is there as well. So it brings in this expansion of wisdom and this ability to deepen in intimacy with our deepest parts, our inner child, and to bring, oh, I'm sorry, my kitty wanted to say hi.
All kitties are welcome, definitely.
This is Luna. Oh goodness, oh goodness. I apologize. She doesn't like being kicked out. She's a real kitty. That's Luna. Um, I thought I'd gotten all the pets out of here. I have 2 cats and a dog.
No, it's great. It's great. My dog is right here, so totally awesome.
Oh, so the massive transformation that is available to people by engaging with the global peace tribe, it's a transformation of belief systems, of old belief patterns that keep us in a, not in emotionally expansive places, right? So there's this ability to emotionally transform, deepen in intimacy with ourselves and our relationships through engaging with the global peace tribe because of this deep transformation. And it's also the responsibility of the global peace tribe to bring a higher healing frequency to the planet of the heart. That's shown between Saturn conjunct the divine feminine healer Chericlo at 29 of Capricorn, and Mars is there. So there's all this like built-in healing passion. And then the way that your chart interplays with it is really, really fun, Scott. Like it's your Mars connects with the angelic energy of the global peace tribe. So you standing in directive action, leading the global peace tribe, elevates the angelic energy and brings about more angelic harmonization into the deeper unconscious, subconscious parts of the collective, because the angelic energy for the global peace tribe is helping to work on the parts of ourselves that we aren't fully aware of, the unconscious and subconscious. And so you bring your interaction with it and your leadership with it brings about more of that transformation and more of that stimulation of that angelic energy.
I
Does that
love that. Oh
resonate?
my God. I mean, my heart's like, because of course, as you saw in the video, the purpose of Global Peace Tribe is to inform and to inspire. And of course, these are such challenging times globally and very challenging for most people. And it is important for us to have authentic inspiration. And I love what you just said about how our angels were there to help guide us. And for me, they help us to see beyond or experience beyond our human experience, which is usually limited and uncomfortable, or often uncomfortable. Um, so that that's music to my ears. It feels really beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's so much connection between you and the global peace tribe. It's really beautiful. Like the south node of the global peace tribe, we have what's called the south and the north node. And the south node is where we're coming from. It's like where we incarnated from, and the north node is where we're headed to in this lifetime. And the mission, part of the mission and the legacy of the global peace tribe is to bring this high level, to leave a legacy of deep nourishment and nurturing to the masses. And the inception point, the south node point, though, is your heart. It's your sun. So it was born from your heart, and it's moving to a legacy of like nurturing and nourishment for the collective. It's really sweet. There's lots of little connections like that are just very, very, very sweet. There's one thing that I'm really, really enthused to share. And so number sequences, right? Like I see them all the time. I'm sure you guys see them all the time. I've been doing charts for years. I've done hundreds and hundreds of charts. And I don't see very many number sequences because the degrees always have minutes to follow. So like the sun sign of the global peace tribe is 15 minutes and 43 seconds. But I mean, I think I've maybe seen 2 or 3 number sequences in charts before. It's not a normal thing. And when it happens, it's usually very significant. There's a reason, there's a focus of energy. And so in the system that I follow, the number 1 is the number of love. So it's the number that's associated with Leo, with creation, with passionate inspiration, with the heart, with love, unconditional love, right? And Venus in our chart, Venus it's the divine feminine energy. It's where we experience pleasure. It's where we open up to receive. It's how we harmonize and find grace and beauty in the world. And the global peace tribe, their Venus, our Venus is 111 of Gemini in the 9th house. Right. So, and, I mean, there's so much talk about the evolution of consciousness and expansion into consciousness. And many of us are learning how to connect more with our divine feminine and really open up to the nourishment and the nurturing and open up to receive higher levels of this really sweet divine feminine energy that's available to all of us. And what's beautiful is Gemini is the teacher, the ruler is Mercury. So the global peace tribe loves to connect in community, Gemini, and teach about love and unconditional love and open up to receive expansive, abundant in the 9th house love. And it's like this, the ruler of the 9th house is Jupiter. So everything in the 9th house is very expansive. It's higher idealism. It's multidimensional reality, right? So it's this beautiful, like the global peace tribe, we love to connect in community and expand in love, and it's like it's limitless with this energy. So it's it was such a really fun thing to see that Venus placement.
Oh my God, I'm loving this. This is beautiful. We are at a couple minutes after our normal time we go to meditation. We're going to come back to Maggie a little bit later in the show, but Maggie, this is amazing. And could you put in the chat box a little bit about how it connects to Gemini at 111? I think that's really cool. And we're gonna go to Nicholas in just a minute for our meditation. But I want to read a couple of the comments that have come in, Maggie, to what you shared. Diara remembered that night that you were talking about way back in 2020. Eleanor Joy points out that cats are very psychic, so she believes that it was perfect timing for the cat to jump. Susan Bloomquist writes, I like the angel inspiration and the amplification of this energy. Tiara writes, authentic inspiration. Dia writes, this, Maggie, is what I've been longing for, to help me educate others to what the global peace tribe is all about. Maximum gratitude and love. And welcome back, Mark Denisovsky. People are happy to have you back. Eleanor Joy writes, excellent confirmation and affirmation for you, for us, and for Scott.